as you can see, there's no spin today. There's no collapse today. Today we're going to be talking about some sad news went on today, man. You know, Halo Infinite has been going through an emotional roller coaster to me for a while now. And you know, I've always felt like Halo Infinite was on the edge of their seat where they can make this brand semi-relevant. Do I think that Halo Infinite will be as popular as like a Halo 3 or a Halo Reach or a Halo 2? No. I think a lot of the reasons you see stuff like that is because Halo 3 and Halo 2, they are on a different level in terms of, at that time, there wasn't a lot of competition in the area. You didn't have Fortnite, you didn't have Apex Legends, you didn't have these big icons that were just dwelling over the industry, and it was making it hard to compete like you do now. Not to mention back then, you didn't have free-to-play that was just going across the industry the way it is now. I don't think you could have a Halo such as Halo 3 in its prime and succeed these days. You know, even Call of Duty has a hard time beating Fortnite in anything. You know, you look at the top 10 games being played on all these platforms, 9 times out of 10, it's Fortnite. It's not Call of Duty. Now, they did do their own pivot. Call of Duty did, and they made, you know, Warzone, and I would say Warzone and, you know, even Blackout, the old battle royale that Call of Duty did. I think these games did semi-okay, and Warzone does extremely well. It's always the top 5 of the most played games every week on Xbox, on PlayStation, on Steam. Does extremely well. And I don't know about Steam, but everyone always wondered a huge thing. They wondered, will Halo ever go to the Battle Royale? And Certain Infinity was rumored that they were working on a Battle Royale for Halo Infinite. What looks like that particular game might have been shelved, canceled. I don't know the terminology that, you know, the individuals use in the studios. To me, it's not looking good. Now, I did hear something similar to this that I kind of knew for a while now, but obviously you guys know how I do. I don't really break news like that. I'm not like a leaker. So I will do think this is real. You know, I think you can probably write this in stone. I'd be happy if I was wrong, because I was one of the people that said the Halo Infinite needed to have a battle royale. It needed to have like a trifecta at launch at Halo Infinite, where you had a solid battle royale revolved around arena, revolved around the campaign, and they all work together, especially arena and battle royale. But it's looking like Microsoft essentially has probably shelved this idea, and most likely it came because of the COD scenario that's going on. So I would say when Microsoft was getting closer to, you know, either buying Call of Duty or Activision Blizzard King, they probably had a little bit more of a mindset when it comes to, do we necessarily need Halo's Battle Royale currently? And we don't know what the development cycle for us. We don't know what the game looked like when it was coming out. Could have looked really bad, so they just officially was like, let's just go ahead and shelf this. It was never officially announced. So they didn't really cancel anything. It's just, we know more stuff than we should. You know, I do believe that at that time, I still think a BR for Halo would have did well. And I think it would still do well now if it's done well, if it's done correctly. It's just, I think Xbox's mind's in different places. You know, now that they own ABK, they own the Warzone. That's one of the biggest battle royales out there. So, you know, besides Fortnite, I don't think you can really do a whole lot better than that. That's why I feel like the battle royale would have made sense back then when they didn't own ABK. But I understand Microsoft's logic and thinking right now. The reason I particularly wanted them to go in the battle royale, as long as it was done correctly. Now, people say Addict, Halo doesn't need battle royale. It doesn't need it, but I think it would have helped it tremendously grab a younger audience. You know, you would have had arena for us Halo heads that like that Halo, you know, old style arena type of gameplay, and then you would have had battle royale to the side for the newer incomes, for the people that actually want to play BRs, because I think that's still a very relevant genre, and I think it would have went hand in hand and gave people enough stuff. You could have had a battle pass for both, or a battle pass for them individually. I think for both would have worked out best, where you can play neither one of them and level one battle pass, giving you a variety of things, maybe do challenges in each one of them that gives you cosmetics that you can use in both of them. It would have been a really good, solid attempt. And especially me, and maybe you guys can disagree with me. Feel free to disagree if you want. I feel like with the existence of the ODST drop pods, that would have been the perfect way to drop in to a Halo BR. Imagine the map pop out, like we could do Reach. Imagine the Reach map pop out, and it's just telling you, okay, click somewhere. And when you click somewhere, when the timer goes out, you just drop pod straight there. I think that would have worked out solid experience. And it saddens me a little bit that all these rumors are coming out that I do believe. I think that it has been, canceled. But at the same time, I understand. I do. I do think this isn't necessarily a mistake. I would say it's a misstep, because I feel like if they would have actually correctly built this, could have been a very solid experience and a good money maker. And especially if you bundled it on to Halo Infinite, would have worked out well. What do you guys think, though? For the past few years, I've heard a lot of you rightfully say Halo doesn't need a battle royale. And I think Halo's doing great right now. It's growing. I think 343 has done a really good job at repairing the relationships between the developer and the consumer, the gamer, the Halo fan. But I do think they need something a little bit more to get that massive audience that's doing the first-person shooter. And that's primarily one of the reasons that I was really going towards the Battle Royale. I do feel like that is such a strong genre right now. It's hard to compete if you're not doing it. But that's just my opinion on the matter, and I definitely understand if I'm the odd man out, perfectly fine. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is a bad thing? Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think that 343 or, Certain Affinity probably should work on something else? Or do you think that maybe they should have at least attempted to release the game? We don't know what it looked like. That's the biggest thing I want you guys to remember. We don't know what that Certain Affinity Battle Royale was looking like. And I think until we've seen maybe some alpha footage, we can understand why maybe they decided to do this. We can't say games like this shouldn't be canceled and be put on the market, but then say, Redfall should be canceled. It's like, look, if internally they felt like the product wasn't going to be quality, always cancel, in my opinion. Obviously Battle Royales maybe could be a little bit different if the company, such as Xbox, is willing to fund the project further past the launch. But we've always said that too, release a finished game. So that's why I respect them for the cancellation of this game. I do feel like it would have been good if it was good, but the way that it was shelved or canceled, or however these companies are wording these, I don't think it was going to be a quality game, and I'm okay with that. But we put in the comment section below what you guys feel. Very curious your guys' opinion on this matter. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.